up this morning feeling bad.
This youth movie from 1998 is mainly known for one reason. It has Michael Ironside in it!
That's right! The man familiar from such film classics as Scanners, Total Recall and Starship Troopers plays one of the main characters. No wonder this is one of the most expensive Finnish films ever made. The director is Pekka Mandalt, who is also known from The Empire, and who is also one of the three writers, the other two being Tony McNabb, Google's image search did show some results, but I couldn't confirm was any of them the mentioned writer, and he doesn't seem to have done anything else of significance. Same with the other writer, Mori Rubinsky, whose most high-profile work seems to be a couple of episodes for Highlander, the TV series. Seriously, I managed to find the picture for the writer of Restless 3, yet not for these guys. But yeah, I have more to talk about.
As the movie begins, we see our main character, Mikko Vihavainen, doing his job as an organ player, and who happens to be played by Mikko Nousiainen in his debut film role.
So you remember him, right? That guy from Restless, Nothing Feels Nothing? No, I know you don't, but humor me this once, okay?
Mikko is traveling to USA to be an exchange student in the small town of Canaan, Kansas. While he's waiting, we get to see a confusingly edited segment where a store is robbed. Sure, this sets up a later scene, but this cutting style is awkward. After that, Mikko is in for a surprise.
Mikael Vahavinen from Finland?
Oh, Mrs. Novak.
No, Bonnie Bruckner.
Mr. Novak.
There was an accident, a fire at Mr. Novak's house. He's very disappointed not to be able to meet you, but they lost everything, and...
Stand by passenger Dean. Please report to customer service.
You understand.
And these Novaks are never seen in this movie or even mentioned after this conversation.
So the Bruckner family take Mikko under their care, and we get properly introduced to Mr. Ironside's character, Deputy Mike Malone.
As that flashback informed, he has some traumas.
Be 2 years tomorrow, you know that?
Yeah.
Which happens to be one of his favorite subjects.
I come in from the fields. Your mother used to do this for me.
Throughout the entire film. And his daughter had to put up with that for 2 years. Lord have mercy.
So what's the story? Well, the overprotective deputy has a hot daughter, Carly, played by Melissa Gallianos, who works at the cafeteria, and then a handsome stranger from the North Europe arrives. You do the math.
You're the Swede who's staying with Jack Bruckner, right?
Mikael Vihavainen. From Finland, not Sweden.
Oh, there's a difference?
You bet there is, and I for one feel that records will be set straight. So please, Mikko, educate her.
In Sweden, people have their heads a different shape.
Fine, be that way, smartass.
However, before their relationship has even properly started, the overprotective dad has already his doubts.
Might be none of my business either, but I'd keep an eye on Carly if I were you.
You know something I don't.
Maybe nothing, but seen Carly being a bit too friendly with that Swedish kid. Staying with Bruckner, you know the one.
Yeah, I know him. Ben, he's only been in town one day.
Sometimes a day is all it takes.
Good-looking little shit.
So he decides to take action. Haha! Admit it, you were fooled for like a millisecond. Yeah, this movie has problems with deciding what kind of tone it should have, but it's nothing too severe.
The romance building between Mikko and Carly is, while happening unrealistically fast, well written, and generally the dialogue feels natural.
You wanna go somewhere?
What do you mean?
You know, go somewhere?
I think I know what you mean. And what I mean is that this is our first date. Not even.
Listen, Sometimes I look at you and I feel like I always knew.
Great. Just great.
Jesus Christ, George.
Your dad sent me. Come on, I'm taking you home.
You let her go.
Oh yeah, Carly has a jealous ex, forgot to mention that. Well, the movie doesn't give any development to that plot thread either. In fact, this is the last scene he's ever seen in.
The plot really goes into gear after over 50 minutes has passed when Mikko's new pals do something stupid in that shop that was robbed in the beginning. See, I told you it would set up a later scene.
ID, Miko, my man. Underage. He won't sell us the beer without ID. And can I get a pack of generics? Ah, yo, go. You run like hell.
Don't do this, bro.
Go!
Hey! Stop or I'll shoot! I'll kill you! Vita's a thief! She's a thief!
Jesus. Well, how Mikko is going to survive from this chap? In order to find out, support the original release! Or wait when it comes from TV like I did, in case that visible channel logo didn't tell. Going to Kansas City is slightly above average.
This movie is hard to review because there's not anything either in goodness or badness that would stick out of it. The story and characters are formulaic, and while writing and cinematography offer some neat tricks, they aren't anything groundbreaking. The only reason why I chose to spotlight this was that it has an actor you foreigners might have actually heard of, and let's face it, Michael Ironside steals the show. Sure, all the other actors do a decent job as well, but his raw, stern charisma carries all the scenes he's in.
Welcome to Kansas, son.
It's not a bad film, so give it a watch if you like romantic youth movies or Mr. Ironside. Next time I'll get into more controversial material with Game Over. Until the next video, thanks for your time.
T's for Texas, G's for Tennessee. 4 wheels got Mississippi, and the women want me. I'm gonna move to Kansas City. I'm gonna move to Kansas City. I'm gonna move to Kansas City, honey, where they don't like you. I'm gonna move to Kansas City, honey, where they don't like you.
Worked out pretty well, did it? Shut up and dig.